Guess what time it is? Ooh, it is. It is indeed front mount intercooler time. Now look at me. So when I got this kit, I'm jumping straight into this, okay? So when I got this kit, bought it used, right? Nice secondhand kit, no big deal. Got it cheap, like I mentioned last video. If you haven't watched last video, go watch last video. I don't remember what side the cards are on. One of these, I don't know, left side, card right here, card somewhere. Go watch the last video. So when I got this pipe, this thing had a bung for a tile 50mm blow off valve. No big deal, because they sell adapters, right? But the problem is the adapter isn't made to adapt, I guess you could say, to a tile flange on said pipe. So what I did, took it to a buddy, got it welded, all nice all the way around. So now the flange is welded to the pipe, and we can officially run our stock bypass valve. I have the O-ring, I took it out, it's in the car. We can run the stock bypass valve. So for starters, we are going to rip off the front bumper, mount the core, see how much we need to cut. My croc's making noise. Okay. Croc noise. We're gonna rip the front bumper off, mount the core, see how much we need to trim the bumper, mount the core again. Well, actually the core will stay mounted. Mount the core, trim the bumper a couple times, see how much we need to take off of it. Hopefully not too much, because the core is a 4-inch thick core, but it's not too tall, so hopefully not to take too much off of it. Then we'll start routing the piping. I'm ready for this. I am ready. And just like that, the core is solidly mounted. I gotta tighten the bolts up on the bottom a little more. What I had to do was take this bracket off, flip it upside down, one bolt here, one bolt here. The 2 bolts on the bottom, there's one on each side. Like, I had to trim a little bit. Like, this one's still loose. That's still loose, so I gotta tighten that one up a little more. I had to trim a little bit of the, what would you even call that, radiator support? Just like the little tabs are on there that was bending before, I just trimmed them off, and then it went back and went right into place. So I'm gonna just tighten them up, and we'll fit the bumper and see how much we need to chop off of that to fit this thing. So from what I can tell, it looks like I just need to chop off this right here, pretty much cut this off, cut that, make it nice straight cut right here, and hopefully, I think so it does, so I just make a line with it. Hopefully, that should be it. The safety unplugged. I always unplug my grinder when I'm not using it. All right, let's go. So the bumper has been cut out enough. The problem is there. So it was a little, I have to cut most of this piece out right now. But it's getting a little late, so I don't want to cut anymore. It is already 10:15. I don't want to keep making noise for my neighbors. So I'm going to stop cutting, but I think I'm just going to run all the piping today. Install that overflow tank. So if I need to drive the car tomorrow, I could drive it without a bumper, and I will have a working front mount and not a intercooler right now, intercooler right now. Let's change that. So everything is finally officially mounted up. Core, pipes, pipe, bypass valve. I need to tighten this before I forget. I'm gonna do a test start right now to make sure there's no leaks, and hopefully, oops, slipped on a box. Hopefully there are no leaks and the car idles just fine. So let me tighten this up real quick, and then we will test it out. Well, the car's idling normal. I need to still mount my new tank, so I just have this one sitting here. Obviously, who cares about that? So I need to mount the new tank, which I will get out right now. I'm probably gonna mount it somewhere right in this vicinity. I might have to make a little bracket, but we will use, I wonder if we can just use this. I wonder if we can use the intercooler bracket. Nah, that's too long. Yeah, I'll figure something out. If anything, I might use the bracket that was on the filter. I don't remember where I put it. It's somewhere around here. But the bracket that was on the filter before, that can no longer be used because intercooler piping, I might just use that to make a little bracket, maybe chop it and put it like off this headlight bolt hanging right here somewhere. I don't know, I'll figure it out. So this is the little, coolant reservoir I'm gonna use. It's, you know, it'll fit right here, I believe. I think. Maybe not. Maybe down here. Let's see. Hold on, move some stuff real quick. Move this one out of the way. And maybe put this right here. Run a bracket from here to here. And mount it just right there. I just don't want it to rattle or anything. You know, you hear that? This is tough. Haha! Right there. Little bracket from here to here. We'll make that real quick. Mount it right here, and this will be where that lives. So this is where the little bracket is gonna go that we just cut off. Basically cut it, bent it a little bit, nut, bolt, and it'll sit right here. I'm probably gonna put some foam right here, you know, later on, just so it doesn't, well, it might not vibrate because the cable right here, but I'm pretty happy with this placement. When I tighten it up, it should stay nice and firm in place. And that's pretty much it. We just get the bumper back on and we are, I think, good to go for a test ride shit. But before I go anywhere, I'm gonna reflash the map, mainly because I want the EC to relearn with this front mount on. Obviously, you know, it's a new setup. So we will do that, and then we'll go for a little ride. Let me hit y'all with the list of things I did off camera, by the way. Look at that. Intercooler mounted. Oh, I took the pipe off because you'll see why right now. We installed some fresh 850 cc's. You can see they look all brand newy. Let's see if I can zoom in. Look all brand newy down there. Those are done. Those are plugged in. We installed the Grimspeed 3-port right there. You can't really see it, but it's there. You can see that fresh tie with the zip tie. Well, fresh line with the zip tie. And now we have the final piece of the puzzle. The final piece of the puzzle left. Ooh. You already know we are doing this build to go. Flex wheel. Yeah, my fingers are all dirty. Because I worked on the car, obviously, without gloves. We are doing flex wheel kit, Penguin Tech Racing, ethanol sensor. Look, there's a little thing attached to this. Don't know what that is. Probably instructions. You got ethanol sensor. Okay. Wiring harness. This is plug and play. It's pretty much set up like the Cobb one, rear O2, and TGVs. Ethanol sensor, and I think that's it. Fuel lines, of course. One from the ethanol sensor, one to the car, one to the feed on the engine, one to the feed on the gas tank. And of course, random fittings, hardware, the actual brain itself, just like the cob one that plugs into the main harness. And that should be it. So, I am going to figure out where to mount this puppy. I know it goes somewhere in here. I think it goes like this, actually. I think it goes right there. So we will try to figure out how to mount it behind this, because I took my windshield wiper reservoir tank thingy off, so I can mount this. I think this goes right here like this. We're gonna line up, we're gonna line down and back up, and that should be it. That is it. We are done. We have, let's see if I can show you this. I wanted to hide everything, okay? I wanted to try to be a little sneaky, but I couldn't hide that because that's obviously a little brain module. I was gonna turn it this way and put it under. My plan was to turn it this way, put it under the pipe, but I just decided, you know, it's okay like that. It's still pretty hidden. So we have fuel line from here, goes back and around, down to the flex fuel sensor, which is way down there, hidden away, just like I wanted it to be. Let's see. I don't know if you can actually see it. Let's see, there it is. You see that little line right there? That is, it's really hard to see, but it's way down there. Stuff back there, there it is. That line goes to the flex fuel sensor, comes out at a 90-degree angle, comes back up, comes into the fuel line. Then we have, obviously, the intercooler piping. I found a better clamp, T-bolt clamp for the setup. Put that on. Everything's bolted down. Oil changed. Oil cooler gasket changed. Intercooler is obviously looking smexy as always. I need to put my front plate back on. I mean, I'm probably not going to put it on until the tune is done, and then, you know, nice front plate right there to kind of, I don't want, it's obviously not going to cover much of the intercooler, but I want to cover just a little bit to keep it extra stealthy. Look at those beautiful cuts right there by me. Cutting a bumper is not that bad. As long as you have a flapper disc for your grinder, you can just sand it down, make it nice and smooth. Last thing I really want to do is just wash the car because it's really, really dirty and dusty. And I don't like having my car dirty and dusty. So if you made it to the end of this video, congratulations. Oh, Kitty, you want to make an appearance? Oh, it's Kitty Cat. He's here with me right now. My bed's a mess because it's been a long day. It's already 12:51 a.m. as I'm recording this outro. So by the time you guys are watching this video in the morning, which is Wednesday, it's actually tune day, so I will be probably getting tuned, I don't know, at this point in time. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? I'm a little scared, not gonna lie, because, you know, a lot could happen on a dyno. Like, it's not that I don't trust the tuner, it's just you never know. Shit could always happen. I'm hoping nothing does, knock on wood. If nothing happens, pray for me. Hopefully by the time you see this video, my car is done being tuned. I'm on flex fuel officially, and I'm able to pay $3 something for a gallon, because in my city, E85 is $3.89 at the only station we have here. So that's very, very cheap compared to the $6.15 I've been paying at Shell to fill up my car. I'm excited. E85 is something I wanted to do for years and years and years, my old builds, and it's never been available here, but now it is. So that's why I decided to make the change to E85 finally. I'm hyped. I hope you're hyped. Like I said, pray for me, knock on wood. Next video will be the dyno video, I hope. And I hope things go well. Knock on wood again, because I'm that fucking paranoid in my head. Like I said, you never know. It's not like I never had cars on the dyno. I've been on the dynos multiple times, but still, it's always there. Every time I'm on the dyno, it's always in the back of my head, like, fuck, please nothing bad happen, please nothing bad happen. So, last time, knock on wood, I will see you guys in the next video. You enjoyed this content. Everything's been installed, all our mods. We have our downpipe, our inlet, our fuel pump, intercooler, intake, post map hose, injectors, flex fuel kit, boost controller. Everything's ready to go. So again, get ready for the next video because it is going to be a good one, and I will catch you in that one. Good night, goodbye.